Hey guys, welcome to another Tracy Talks. So in this video, I wanted to talk about the things that I've learned of how I've benefited from stepping outside of my comfort zone. So I'm just going to get straight into the video. I'm going to start with a definition of what a comfort zone is. So a comfort zone is a psychological state in which a person feels familiar, at ease, in control, and experiences low anxiety and stress. In the zone, a steady level of performance is possible. Now, the first thing that I realized from reading this was that in life, a lot of us are very, like it says, steady. We move through life like this. There's no peaks, there's no troughs. We're just moving at a steady pace. But what I also realized is that change is constant. And if change is constant, if change is always happening, then I need to make sure that I am keeping up with the change. Now, one of the biggest changes that happened to me was coming to university. University made me realize that I had a comfort zone. It made me realize that there were certain things that I actually wasn't comfortable with. And for me, that was social situations. Now, I never knew this about myself because I thought I was quite extroverted, outgoing, confident. But when I came to university, I experienced this stress and anxiety from just talking to people day to day, and I really couldn't explain it. And that's one of the things that I learned about coming out of your comfort zone, is that there are actually certain things that you'll never know about yourself unless you are outside of your comfort zone. So yeah, for me, I didn't realize that actually sometimes I'm a little bit socially overwhelmed. I started putting myself in those uncomfortable situations. I would go to events, or I'd go up to somebody and talk to them and, just kind of get to know how to do it. And I won't lie, initially I did feel that level of high anxiety and stress as I'd go to do it, and I didn't really know what to say. But the more and more I kept doing it, I kept taking something from the previous conversation onto the next one, and I learned that this is how you do it, this is what you don't do. And so from that, the second thing that I've benefited from was knowing that when you come out of your comfort zone, there is a lot of growth that happens. You're never the same as if you had just stayed comfortable. Thirdly, I realized that there are a lot of opportunities and experiences that you miss from staying in your comfort zone. So I remember a couple of months ago, there was an event going on and I kind of wanted to go, but I didn't, and I almost didn't because I was like, oh, there's going to be so many people, I'm going to be so uncomfortable. But I actually decided to go to the event. I was like, Tracy, stop making excuses, just go. And then when I went there, that happened to be one of the best experiences that I've ever had since being at university. So I would advise you, don't miss on opportunities just staying in your comfort zone, because you don't know what you're missing out. But number 4, one of the most important things that should stay when you go out of your comfort zone is your character. Make sure that you are always yourself, because I realized that sometimes the things that actually make us uncomfortable is not being ourselves, and you kind of start to wonder, oh, how long am I going to maintain this for? Or you start to feel very fake when you're talking to people. So whenever you do new experiences, let's say for me like it was going out and socializing, make sure that you stay true to yourself. If you're a quiet person, don't always try to be the loudest person in that room. We can leave that situation feeling very anxious because we're like, oh, so the next time that I go, I'm also going to have to keep that act up. It was very important for me to stay true to who I am, because there are people out there that are going to love me for who I am as opposed to who I am trying to be. Because actually it's very easy to see sometimes when people are putting up a front and they're not really who they show that they are. Number 5, being out of my comfort zone taught me that the situations and the places that I'm in aren't always going to change, but the way I react to them is gonna change. Now, for us, comfort zones are things that are predictable, okay? But when we step out of our comfort zone, it's something about being uncertain. It's not being able to be in control of everything. And it made me accept that, I'm not always going to be in control of everything, but I can be in control of myself and how I react to those certain things, so that the next time when something happens, I won't be shocked that I hadn't anticipated it, because I understand that part of being out of your comfort zone is not knowing what could happen. Number 6, I actually developed a lot of my confidence, and a lot of pride in a good way came from me stepping out of my comfort zone, because I would go out there and I would socialize with people, and then I'd come home, and as I reflected back on the day, I was like, wow, Tracy, you actually did really well. And that made me more confident to keep going out and talking to people, because at the end of the day, I was growing in myself. Number 7, my comfort zone has grown. So there are a lot of things that now I feel comfortable with doing because I put myself out there than I did before. But I also just wanted to leave you guys with this, is that it's very nice to be outside of your comfort zone and to experience new things and to challenge yourself. But there is a difference between challenging so that you learn and challenging to the point where it's just too much for you and it's unhealthy and it feels like I really just don't want to be here. So if your level of anxiety is like way too high, then I would just say just pull back and get to a place where you feel comfortable and do it step by step. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I want to just challenge you to get out of your comfort zone, get new experiences, grow in your experiences, and just enjoy it. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. How you spend your time says a lot about the kind of person that you are. Let me say that one more time. How you spend your time says a lot about the kind of person that you are. Drops mic.